Hi everyone, Doug here. Welcome to yet another board game channel and yet another turn of Arkham Horror. We are continuing to do battle with Ithaca using Kung Fro's Arkham Horror scenarios published on Board Game Geek. We're doing okay, just moving at kind of a snail's pace. But yeah, we're not doing too badly. Ithaca's Doom track is on 5 out of 11. We've gotten lucky and pulled a lot of Mythos cards that would normally have spawned a gate at a sealed location. So we managed to stem the tide that way. We have to remember right now nobody can heal stamina any way except going to St. Mary's Hospital, because there is a strange plague, according to our current environment card. But yeah, I think we're going to send a bunch of people through gates, and hopefully in a couple of turns they'll be able to come back and, fingers crossed, seal them. So yeah, let's go into upkeep. We will be starting with our new lead investigator, Skids O'Toole. Okay, Skids is going to, well, first thing we'll do is we'll refresh his map of Arkham. Then we're going to move his speed up to 3. Going to send him to the Curiosity Shop. We picked up some money for him, so hopefully you can buy something nice at the Curiosity Shop. We'll see how that goes. What comes up. Now we've got to check for his blessing. We need to roll anything but a 1. We rolled a 3. He is still blessed. Alright, that is it for Skids. Now let's go over to Zoe. Okay, Zoe, we're not going to actually make any changes to her sliders. She's going to end up fighting an Elder Thing this turn. She's going to have to take the horror hit because there would be no point in moving her over 1 on focus because she'll still end up with 0 on her will check, so we might as well leave her at a nice big fight of 4. And the other thing we will do is refresh her healing stone and not use it because her sanity is full, and as we said, can't fix stamina anywhere but the hospital. Alright, now let's move on to Carolyn. Okay, first thing we're going to do with Carolyn is going to use her psychology ability during upkeep to restore 1 sanity to herself or anybody else on the space. So she can fix that anyway. We're going to move her focus. We're going to move her sneak over to 3. Low sneak didn't do her too well last time she was through the abyss, and she doesn't need speed anyway. She's not moving. So hopefully that will make things a little easier for her. Alright, finally for upkeep is Michael McGlenn. Okay, Michael, we're just going to adjust his speed sneak to 3-3. We need him to move 3 spaces this turn. And if Zoe fails to kill the Elder Thing, he may need to try to sneak past, so at least he'll have 1 die to try to do that. Hopefully Zoe will just succeed. Alright, on to the movement phase. Alright, Skids is going to use his 3 movement points, 1, 2, and 3, and stop at the Curiosity Shop. Next up, Zoe. Okay, Zoe is not going to move. She is just going to keep hammering monsters. She's got a little pile of corpses here. Unfortunately, she's going to have to take a 2 sanity hit. As you can see, it's a -3. There's no way we can get her will up enough to do that. Although she does have +1 to horror checks with her cross, but even if we moved her will up 1, to 2 still wouldn't be enough. So that leaves her at a nice precarious 1 sanity. Try to get her off to the asylum after this. But yeah, now she will actually engage in combat with it. There is a 0 modifier on combat. We need to do 2 damage to it. She has a fight of 4, and as she has been doing the last several turns, using her trusty enchanted knife in one hand and Derringer in the other, giving her another 5 dice for 9. And we just need 2 successes out of that. Oh dear, we didn't get any. Just gonna get another 4. Oh, okay. Don't do that, Zoe. Don't wait until literally the last moment to do it. Okay, 2 damage. It's 2 toughness. We have another monster available, another monster slot available. And she's now up to 4 of her 5 monster trophies that she would like for her personal story. Let's see what happens with that, if we even get to the point where it goes one way or the other. Alright, now we will be moving Carolyn. Alright, except Carolyn is not moving. She's just going to stay where she is. She's got her speed of 0, but that's okay. We want her to go through the gate and try to seal it again. Oof. Alright, so that leaves us with Michael McGlynn. And Michael is going to use his 3 speed to move 1, 2, hello Zoe, that's quite a lot of monsters you got there, and 3, Ending of the Woods. Now to the Arkham encounters. Alright, Skids at the Curiosity Shop, rather than have an encounter, is gonna go shopping. He's got money in his pocket. So we're going to focus. Enchanted Blade, +4 to combat checks. That would be nice. Nameless Cults. We've seen Zoe's got one of those. Kind of, he's a little bit more suited to it now, as he's got an extra bit of lore. And oh yes, yay! He found an elder sign. Well, we know what we're getting. We're spending $5 on that. Huzzah! Other 2 can go in the discard pile. We don't care about those. Yes, okay. Guess what Skids is doing in the next few turns. Alright, next up is Zoe. Zoe, again, isn't having herself any encounters because she is in the streets. So, over to Carolyn. Carolyn, at the Unnameable, gets herself pulled through that gate again, ending up in the Abyss. So that leaves Michael's Arkham encounter. And Michael's encounter is going to be extremely similar to Carolyn's. He gets pulled through his gate to Yuggoth. Right there. So now we're going into the Otherworld encounters. So we'll be back to Mike very soon. But first, back to Carolyn. Alright, we got them both in shot. We'll do them one right after the other. So Carolyn in the Abyss gets either a red or a blue. No, we'll put green, yellow, blue. Oh, and it's an actual Abyss card. The Caverns Split. Make a luck +1 check and consult the chart below. Her luck is 2. So I should be rolling 3 dice. Just getting 1 success. Well, that's a pain. 0 to 1, move to the Black Cave. Well, that delays things just a little bit. So she plummets through extra-dimensional caverns and ends up in an actual real-world cavern, just barely off to the side there. Well, that was annoying. Well, let's see if Michael can have any better luck. In Yoggoth, he needs to do either a either a yellow or a blue. Oh, we picked a yellow. Relay, City of the Great Race. Other, the sky is spinning. Pass a will -2 check or pass out and stay here next turn. His will is 2. That's going to slow us down considerably. Well, we're already delayed because Carolyn went through, so yeah, not gonna spend my extra clue on it, as we're slowed down a turn now anyhow. Those were annoying cards. Okay, that wraps up those encounters, which means we are back into the dreaded Mythos phase. Okay, here we go. Well, we're going to have a new environment card, so at least we'll be able to heal again next turn. So we've got a gate appearing at the Historical Society. We finally have another gate appear. Gobble up that clue. Or the City of the Great Race. Well, it's an easier one, so maybe we'll send Carolyn off to that one instead. So we are going to add a Doom token to Ithaca, putting him up to 6 of 11. Still holding on there. Now, monster time. And we get Hound of Tyndalos. Bleh. You can see they have physical immunity. When it moves, the Hound of Tyndalos moves directly to the nearest investigator inside a location in Arkham other than the hospital or the asylum. They are safe. Ooh. Blech. Don't like them. That one appears there. We get a clue at the Silver Twilight Lodge. There. And let's see, movement. We have crosses and crescents. We have a circle, a square, and a diamond. Okay. So nothing there. That's good. So our new card, icy conditions, environment, weather. Investigators receive 1 less movement point during the movement phase. Oh, things are perilously icy out there. Oh. One good thing, if we have any fast monsters show up, they will move like normal monsters. They can't move too quickly either. Okay, that was a black turn. But I think we'll do one more after I take a couple of minutes and ponder what everybody is going to do next. First, yes, it's really cold out, so I gotta remember that Zoe, who is out in the streets, does take another another stamina damage. Okay, now moving on. Okay, next upkeep, starting with Zoe this time. That environment card has really made things difficult because I can't get 2 of our people where I would ideally like to get them. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and put Zoe's speed up to 4, and we'll go ahead and use the healing stone. give her back another sanity because she's down to 1. Blech. Yeah, I wanted to move her to Arkham to get her last bit of sanity, but that's not going to happen. So, actually, it's not bothering moving the speed. Well, no, let's leave the speed up anyway because I don't know how long that card's going to be in effect. Let's go ahead and move her to St. Mary's Hospital. Yeah, we'll get her some health back because the hospital's right there. Yeah, and she can use the healing stone next turn to get back her last bit of sanity. Yeah, see what happens next turn. Okay, next is Carolyn. Okay, Carolyn is going to be rather tricky given the -1 movement. Because, well, if we use her focus to get her up to 2 movement, she's still only going to be able to move 1 space and will end up in a street at the end of the turn and take a damage. We don't want to do that, so I think she is probably just going to sit still at the Black Cave. Yeah, this is a very slow game. Yeah, she's going to sit there and have an encounter there because she can literally get nowhere useful. Alright, let's move on to Michael McGlenn. Michael is not going to be affected by the movement because he's in another world. But we'll go ahead and put his fight up 1 to 6 in anticipation of him sealing a gate when he finally comes out of Yoggoth. Yeah, he's not going to move this turn anyway because he passed out. Don't say he fainted. Yeah, that is it for Michael. And finally, we'll check up on Skids. Skids is just going to stay the same. We can't put his speed up anymore to deal with the icy conditions, but we do have to roll for his blessing. Don't be a 1. Got a 4. Good. Still blessed. Alright, that's it for upkeep. Now let's go into the movement phase. Back to Zoe, and as discussed, we're just going to move her 1 to St. Mary's Hospital. Try to get herself healed a little bit during the encounter phase. Now we will move to Carolyn. And yes, Carolyn will not be moving. She's just going to stay put at the Black Cave rather than go out into the streets and take a damage from the cold because she can't get anywhere else. Alright, Michael McGlenn. Michael has an equally thrilling movement phase in which he doesn't move at all. I guess he gets up after having passed out, brushes himself off, and will deal with what comes at him next. So, finally, we will move around to Skids. Now, Skids has got 3 movement, which drops down to 2 because of the icy conditions, which would only get into the Merchant District. However, we will exhaust his map of Arkham, giving him an extra movement so he gets to the Unnameable and will be able to go through into the Abyss during the encounter phase, which we will now get into, starting with Zoe. Right, Zoe will be taking advantage of the medical care at St. Mary's Hospital. Unfortunately, she has no money, so she can't spend $2 to restore all of it. But she will restore 1 for free, getting her back up to 3 stamina. And that will bring us to Carolyn, who will have a proper encounter in the Black Cave. Alright, dice tray ready in case Carolyn has to roll for anything in the cave. You find, okay, so you find an old book. If you read it, make a luck 0 modifier check. Her luck is 2. Oh. No. Yeah, I'm going to pass. I'm not going to take any what I feel to be unnecessary risks. So, well, everybody can look quickly, looking away, so I don't see what it was that I missed out on potentially. So, yeah, nothing happens for Carolyn, but that's not necessarily bad. Now, Michael McGland is in the other world, so we will move on to Skids' encounter. And Skids' our Arkham encounter is not up to much, as he just gets pulled through the Abyss Gate, and he will pop out right here. So we will now go into the Otherworld encounter phase. We've got Michael McGlenn in shot, so we'll just do him. Yogoth, he needs a blue or a yellow. Oh, we've got a yellow. An alien mind forces its way into your body. Pass a luck -2 check to guess a way to drive it out. That would be 0. Do I want to spend a clue? No, I want to save the clue for when he's trying to close the gate. Yeah. Not going to risk anything, so gay. Oh, I would have gotten 2 clues if I'd succeeded anyway, so I would have been up 1. Oh well. Or else stay here next turn, serving as its host body. Slowed down again. Michael's just gonna sit there like a big old lump once more. Seems like we're getting nowhere. Alright, Skids' encounter at the Abyss. Either blue or red. We have a red. Relay, plateau of laying, other. There is nothing here but barren wastes. No encounter. I'll take it. At least it's not something that slowed him down like everybody else. It just ground to a halt and not getting anything done. Come on, guys. Alright, well, that is it for the Otherworld encounter phase, which means we'll do one final Dreaded Mythos phase for this episode. Alright, here we go. Independent Square, again, which is great because it's still sealed. Clue token at the Unnameable again, which doesn't happen because there's still the gate there. We get Crescent and plus monsters moving. Again, this all seems terribly familiar. We've only got a circle, square, ooh, how many Tindalos? At least the squares didn't move, and a diamond. Okay. So no monster movement. So, but what else have we got? Big storm sweeps Arkham. All monsters in the sky and outskirts are returned to the cup. Well, I kind of liked having the Loigors sitting in the outskirts because it meant it wasn't going to pop up on any of us. But it goes away along with the Bayaki, which is in the sky. Which leaves us with 2 monsters on the board. The monsters are just not spawning. Which is alright. I'm okay with that. Alright, well, that was a painfully slow couple of turns. Can't get anything done. Maybe, yeah, maybe next episode, if I do another couple of turns in a row, maybe we'll get something sealed. That would be great. Well, that's all for this episode. See you next time. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and liking the videos, both on YouTube and Board Game Geek. It's very much appreciated. And I will see you next time for yet another turn of Arkham Horror. So long.